Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Yes, this movie stars Frances McDormand, Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, Peter Dinklage, and Lucas Hedges. And this movie is written and directed by Martin McDonough. Yes, this is the guy who gave us such dark comedies like Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges. And now he's got this new movie with a very long title, by the way. Yes, Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. The story of this movie is about a lady named Mildred who loses her daughter for reasons I will not go into without, because I don't want to spoil anything, but basically, she almost becomes like her own little rebel against this town, and basically she starts making like weird messages, very controversial messages on billboards in their town. 3 messages on 3 different billboards, and basically this upsets the town staff, and she becomes probably one of the most hated person in their town. And it's up to the sheriff, played by Woody Harrelson, and his deputy, played by Sam Rockwell, to put an end to her madness and stuff. And it's just a straight like dark black comedy about grief and loss, and also standing up for what you believe in and standing up for what is right and stuff. And yeah, this is a very, very dark film, and probably going to be a very controversial film. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this director, though. I love this director's work, Martin McDonough. Martin McDonough did In Bruges and Seven Psychopaths, 2 movies that I adore, 2 movies that are both laugh out loud hilarious, but also very disturbing and very dark, and this movie is exactly that. Yes, this is a very dark film. This is definitely not a film for everybody. Some people will go into this movie just expecting a straight dramatic film, and probably people will think it's a dramatic film, but honestly, there was a lot of dark, black comedy in this movie, and it was laugh out loud hilarious at some moments. I'm a big fan of dark comedies, and this was definitely up my alley, again, because I like Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges. This was definitely the same sort of tone and style. Maybe not as much action. There was some action in Seven Psychopaths. There was even some action in Bruges, but this was a less violent film and more of like a comedic route. And there is a lot of drama and stuff, and there is some very emotional, heavy-handed scenes, because it is about a lady who lost her daughter. And yeah, this movie is absolutely fantastic, by the way. It is so freaking good. Frances McDormand plays the lead character, Mildred, and she is so freaking good. This is one of her best performances in a very long time. It's not quite as good as Margie from Fargo, but it is damn close. This is a truly great performance, and she plays such a very compelling, very funny character in this movie. You understand why she's doing this. You understand why she's writing these messages on these billboards. She basically has a voice, and she wants people to hear her, and she basically wants people to listen to what is happening and stuff, and people shouldn't be getting away with certain things in this world. And yeah, a lot of people don't like what she has to say in this movie, and the way she stands up for herself, and she gets a lot of hate in this film, and she just does not care. She does do a few things in this movie that feel very unlikable and very distasteful, but it's kind of funny. Again, it's dark comedy, and Frances McDormand steals the film. She's absolutely fantastic, and some people are saying she might get an Oscar nomination. I could definitely see that. She is so good. Woody Harrelson is also awesome in this movie. He is fantastic as the chief in this movie. Really good. I loved his back and forth with Sam Rockwell. They were both fantastic in this movie. Peter Dinklage is in this film, and I won't say who he is in this movie, and I won't say how much screen time he has. It's not much screen time, but he's fantastic in this movie as well. Lucas Hedges is in it. John Hawkes. They're all great in this film. The entire cast, this has got an A-list cast in this film. They're all stellar in this film. It's a very well-directed film, and again, the comedy really hits. Only if you're a fan of dark comedy. If you do not like dark comedy, you don't like unlikable comedy, then this movie will definitely not be for you. You'll find this movie very distasteful, very disturbing, very unlikable. This will not be your kind of thing. But if you like movies like Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges, then definitely check this one out. I thought this was a great film. Sure, I did have a few problems with it. I felt like there were some scenes that didn't need to be in the film. I feel like a lot of movies have been doing that lately. There's just add-on, there's just filler in the film. There's some scenes that just go absolutely nowhere, and it's not either interesting or important to the story or the plot or the characters. There's a couple scenes in this movie, I'm just like, that went absolutely nowhere, and they could have easily cut that out of the film. So yeah, there's a few things they just needed to trim out of the film to make it more, solid, make it more cohesive and stuff. And yeah, there's a few times the film feels a bit anticlimactic as well. Again, I won't explain that because I don't want to spoil it, but Still, all in all, the film is really good. It's a very well-directed film. It's a very well-written film. The performances by everyone is fantastic. It is really funny. It is very emotional at times. There is some very deep, dramatic scenes, and yeah, it's Frances McDormand, and she's acting her ass off, and she's really freaking hilarious in this film. And yeah, this is a great film. This went, again, like Lady Bird, it went to a lot of film festivals. A lot of people were praising it. I'm praising it too. It's not quite as good as Lady Bird, but it is a damn great film. And yeah, I think I like it a little better than Seven Psychopaths. Not better than In Bruges. In Bruges is fantastic. That is Martin McDuff's best movie so far, but this might be actually a little bit better, or maybe as equal as Seven Psychopaths. This was a really great film, and I highly recommend it. All you dark comedy lovers, go check this one out. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the movie 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, and an 8.8 out of 10. This is definitely a solid flick, and it'll possibly be an Oscar contender. We'll see when it comes Oscar season, but yeah, definitely check this one out if it's in theaters near you this Friday. Check it out. So yeah, that was my review for the movie 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. My God, that is quite the title. And yeah, that was my review for this movie. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite movie directed by Martin McDuff. Your favorite movie directed by Martin McDuff. My favorite, like I said, it's In Bruges. In Bruges is freaking hilarious. I absolutely love it. But what is your favorite? He's got 3 films. Out of those 3 films, what is your favorite? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to his channel, and join the dark side.